Coming up on UT10 News, a former president was on campus campaigning for Hillary Clinton.
And we also checked in with the Republican frontrunner's campaign.
Plus, Meagan Dietz was at the MAC tournament over break. Your news in 10 minutes starts now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Devan Lutz.
And I'm Courtney Shaw.
It's a big day today for the presidential candidates.
That's right, especially for John Kasich. Reporter Caitlin Ward is live in the newsroom and covering his campaign. Caitlin, what's the latest?
Well, Devan and Courtney, today's primary could be make or break for the presidential bid. Governor John Kasich has been traveling around the Ohio area the past week preparing for today's primary. Kasich talked about what he is going to do in the first 100 days if elected president.
We will lower taxes for individuals so that the tax code makes more sense and we put power in the hands of where we all live.
Kasich has only 63 delegates out of the 1,077 so far, putting him fourth in ranking behind Donald Trump, Ted Cruz, and Marco Rubio. His stance on education may give him an advantage.
I do like that he wants to localize standards rather than have the federal Common Core standards that we have right now.
Kasich leads Trump by 3 percentage points in the latest polls. 66 delegates are up for grab today here in Ohio. Live from the newsroom, I'm Caitlin Ward with UT10 News.
Donald Trump continues to rack up delegates in the Republican primaries, now holding a comfortable lead over Ted Cruz.
However, his rallies continue to become more aggressive. Reporter Zach Herrick has been out covering his campaign.
As Decision 2016 nears, Donald Trump has been campaigning.
As Trump has been crisscrossing the country, moving back and forth between Florida, Ohio, and Illinois, his rallies continue to attract more protesters. 2 rallies have been canceled due to the threat of violence in Chicago and Ohio.
That's strange. He looks like an Elvis impersonator.
However, Republican frontrunner Donald Trump continues to gain momentum on the campaign trail behind his aggressive approach on illegal immigration and his plan to build a wall on the U.S.-Mexico border.
Don't worry, folks. We're going to be building the wall. We're going to build the wall.
Current polls indicate that Donald Trump has a comfortable lead and holds over 35% of the American Republican vote.
Overall, I think America needs a change, and I think Donald Trump is going to be the single greatest influence that we've seen in presidential change since I've been alive and able to vote, at least.
I'm Zach Herrick for UT10 News.
Ted Cruz is emerging as the Republican candidate that could potentially take on Donald Trump. Cruz is currently second in the Republican race with 370 delegates, 90 behind Donald Trump. He appeared in Columbus on Sunday to talk about repealing Obamacare, defending religious freedom, and the Second Amendment. Cruz says he is the right choice to take on Trump and eventually Hillary Clinton.
Then the answer isn't to support someone like Donald Trump, who has been enmeshed in the corruption of Washington for 40 years.
Cruz has been rising in Ohio. The latest polls from NBC and CBS show him at 27% support, 6 points behind Trump and John Kasich. Currently, Marco Rubio has 163 delegates out of the required 1,237 to win the nomination. Rubio has been concentrating on his home state of Florida, where Donald Trump has a double-digit lead of 19.1. He has made no visits to the Buckeye State, and his campaign has even encouraged Ohio voters to vote for John Kasich if they are not going to vote for him. If Rubio loses Florida to Trump, his chances of getting the Republican nomination are essentially over.
As Hillary Clinton continues to gain momentum, today could be a big day for her. Former President Bill Clinton came to UT to speak on her behalf at the Memorial Fieldhouse. 510 people attended the rally on Saturday. Lucas County Democratic Chairman Joshua Hughes says Clinton is the most qualified candidate because she was a Secretary of State, a U.S. Senator, and not to mention the First Lady.
I want you to vote for Hillary Tuesday because I think her plan will do the most to help us all rise together.
Currently, Secretary Clinton has 740 delegates and Bernie Sanders has 542. In an effort to grab Ohio votes, Sanders came to Toledo on March 11th. The Seagate Center was filled with just under 3,000 supporters. Sanders has won 8 states to Hillary Clinton's 9 states so far in the presidential primaries. Ohio is one of the 5 states holding a primary today, and the winner will get all 143 delegates. A win for Sanders in Ohio would be a major boost to his campaign.
The issues he stands for are really close to me. Student debt, the environment, LGBTQ issues, and just getting people involved in the political process.
After winning Michigan, Sanders says he plans to stay in the race until the Philadelphia Democratic Convention. The U.S. government is continuing to pursue a legal case against Apple. I took a look at this case and how students on campus feel about it. After the San Bernardino shooting last year, the government has been trying to hack the shooter's phone. The government asked Apple to decrypt the iPhone. Apple says if they were to do this, the government would have the power to hack everyone's phones. The California District Court ruled that Apple has to open the phone. A district court in New York recently ruled against the government in a similar case. Students on campus have different opinions on how this case should be handled.
The judicial process has said that it's okay for Apple to de-encrypt. Well, they should de-encrypt the phone on their facility, and I think that's okay.
And they could not only use it for the shooter's phone, they could use it for everybody else's phone.
Apple just filed an appeal with the California District Court to fight the court's decision that was in favor of the FBI. The appeal case will get underway March 22nd. I'm Courtney Shaw, UT 10 News.
I'm Meagan Dietz, and this is your UT 10 Sports Report. The Rocket men's and women's basketball teams competed in the Mid-American Conference tournament over spring break. The Rocket men's basketball team opened up the first round of the MAC tournament at Eastern Michigan. The Rockets came out slow in the first half, only shooting 29% from the field. UT also had 11 first-half turnovers and found themselves trailing 36-20 at the break. Coming out of the halftime, the Rockets went on an 8-0 run, closing the gap to single digits. With 6.5 minutes to go, Nate Navigato knocks down a three to bring UT within 4. The Rockets would continue their comeback and would take the lead as Jalen Sanford puts in the reverse layup with about 2.5 minutes left in the game. But Eastern Michigan would answer back and finish the game on a 14-3 run, knocking UT out of the tournament. Senior Nathan Booth played his final game in the Rocket uniform as he led the MAC in points per game this season and was selected to the All-MAC first team. The Rocket women's basketball team faced off against the Akron Zips in the first round of the MAC tournament. The teams were evenly matched halfway through the first quarter until the Zips scored 8 straight points to take the lead. The Rockets would show some fight in the second quarter but would trail by 4 at the half as Akron's Anita Brown scored 21 first-half points. Neither team could gain an edge in the third as the Zips maintained a lead going into the fourth. UT came out strong in the final quarter, scoring a quick 8 points to take the lead, 52-50. The Rockets' lead was at 2 with about a minute and a half left when Brown tied it up at 58. After UT regained the lead, Akron's Greta Burry would score a basket in the closing seconds to send the game into overtime. The Zips would be too much for the Rockets as they would fall by a score of 73-71, eliminating them from the tournament.
I think this game could have easily gone either way, and it's because of the fight and the effort of our team. You know, we were down and we had to fight back in order to make it a game, and we did.
This was the final game for the Rockets senior Anna Capitosto and Brene Harris, who made the All-MAC first team. And the football team also had their pro day yesterday, and I took a look at that. There's a web feature on it on our website.
Thanks, Megan. Well, that's it for UT 10 News. For the latest breaking news from campus and bios from all UT 10 reporters, go to our website, ut10news.com.
And remember, you can watch the live stream of our newscast production every Tuesday morning at 10:30 on our YouTube channel. For Courtney Shaw, Meagan Dietz, and all of our crew, I'm Devan Lutz. Have a great week and stay tuned for more news from the UT campus.